Hello. Well, I wanted to talk about something that happened to me 2 nights ago. I think it was 2 nights ago. Today's Saturday, and I think it was Thursday evening. I went to the grocery store and just to get a couple of things, and when I was going through the self-checkout, I happened to look over at one of the employees, and she tossed something into the air. She said she was throwing it later. She said she was trying to throw it into the garbage, but it didn't look like she was aiming for the garbage pail at all. She just kind of tossed it. There's something shiny, and I saw it, and then it just disappeared. And I kept looking for it. I didn't see it hit the ground. And then the woman says, she says, "It's under your foot." And I lift up my right leg, and I look under my foot, and there are two paper clips that are hooked together. And so I picked them up, and I hand them to her. And I thought, okay, it's the Corsos, Andrew, Nicholas, and Philip, and maybe Phil Jr. and maybe Phil Sr. I don't know. It's probably Andrew, Nicholas, and Philip. They teleport me things sometimes. I was at the post office recently, and they teleported me some stamps. I was mailing a letter to Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor, and she's Puerto Rican. She's from the Bronx, and I have a niece who's attending Fordham. And I had mailed her a big box of candy for her high school graduation. Anyways, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but Sonia Sotomayor, her ex-husband's name is Kevin, and Sonia, the stamps, they were Spanish. It was in Spanish, and had different Spanish dishes, like one was flan, I can remember that, and then empanadas or empanadas, or I can't remember what it was. There was a bunch of different dishes, and it was little drawings of these food dishes, and there were three stamps that were missing. That's how I knew it was the Corsos, because there's three brothers, Philip, Nicholas, and Andrew. And well, the other night was the two paper clips. Lieutenant Colonel Philip James Corso, Andrew Corso's grandfather, I guess you could call him, was in charge of Operation Paperclip for the United States government. There are two women that work at a Starbucks near the at the supermarket. There's a Starbucks, and one of them was wearing a necklace and had like this little triangular shape on it, and it looked a little bit like the Roswell craft, actually. Well, it looked like a TR-3B, but TR-3B is different from the Roswell craft. I have a model of it on my Instagram account. I can include a link to my Instagram account in the description if you want to check it out. But I asked her, what is that necklace? And she says it's a paper plane. And it's I guess there's some guy, a singer named Harry Styles with a group called One Direction, that wears this necklace of a paper airplane. And I know Andrew Corso worked for, or maybe he still does, Piper Aircraft, and Piper, P-I-P-E-R, and then Paper, P-A-P-E-R. Well, there's this other girl, a woman that works at the Starbucks along with the other one, and she had a hat on one day, and she had two paper clips on the brim of the hat, and I was thinking, well, why does she have those two paper clips on her hat? Well, I took a picture several weeks ago of in front of a Target store. This woman, it's a woman kicking her legs up, and her right leg is extended, and her foot is touching a ball, a soccer ball, and the soccer ball is red and white, and the red, there are red pentagons shapes. Andrew Bishago met some Martian astronauts when he was a child at the Curtiss Wright Aeronautical Facility in Woodridge, New Jersey, I think it is, along with his father. I think the year was like 1971 or 72. And the two of the Martian astronauts were very big, barrel-chested, bald, and then the other one, Andrew said, was, and I guess those guys were about 6 feet tall. And then the other one was a little bit shorter, maybe about 5'10" or so. Andrew said that he looked like Larry from the Three Stooges, the comedian Larry Fine, who had a little bit of curly hair around his head, and then he was bald. And Andrew said he was professorial, like a professor. I hope I said that right. I don't use that word very often. But he was more like a professor, whereas the other ones were maybe like security. And they were in a ship. It was small. He said it was kind of like a Nissan 300Z kind of car, and it was hovering above the tarmac. And on this, the point I'm trying to get at is a red pentagon shape that's on that ball that's in the Target store window. The Martian astronauts had a red pentagon on their shirts with a lightning bolt in the middle. I've asked a number of my friends that have been in the secret space program stationed on Mars if they've ever seen that, and so far no one has been able to tell me that they've seen it. So it's a different group altogether, a different group from what Michael Ralph has dealt with, and Anthony Zender, Penny Bradley, Elena Kapolnik, I think Matt Tracy. I don't know if Matt Tracy was on Mars. I know he was in Nachtwaffen. But no one that I've talked to has been able to tell me that they've seen that logo with the red pentagon and the lightning bolt. So I'm assuming that the Corsos are from Mars. I had mentioned it to Philip Corso Jr. many years ago on the phone. I kind of blurted it out. I said, there's people on Mars, and he says, no, they're all gone, there's nobody there. Philip Jr. lies a lot. There's videos where he talks about saying that man can't travel in space, and that's nonsense. Anyways, I don't know. I mean, I appreciate Andrew, teleporting me those paper clips, but it's not happening. I mean, I've been emailing Elizabeth April quite a bit, and Elizabeth says she's connected with a tall gray, and I've been asking her for help trying to get a date, because I just can't seem to connect with these women here at all. The other day I had a problem in a store. I was talking to a woman that was giving out kombucha samples, and I thought the conversation was going okay. She kept asking me questions about myself, and then she said she had to go to the bathroom, and then walked away. And I asked her if she knew where the bathroom was first, and then I asked her if you want me to wait for you, and she said yes. And about 2 minutes later, and an employee of the store, a female named Stacy, comes up to me, and she's really irritable, and I can see she has a crazy look in her eyes, and she's asking me how long I plan on staying in the store, if I plan on buying anything. And I'll tell her, I come in here every day. Sometimes I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or a combination, and I send communications to the corporate office, and And she goes and gets a security guard, and the security guard, to me, looks like he's either used steroids or is currently using steroids. Then he tells me to leave. So I asked him, well, who do you work for? And he tells me the name of the company. And then I asked him, how long am I supposed to stay away for? Because you didn't tell me that. You just told me I have to leave. He says you're banned for 24 hours, and if you come back, it's going to be considered trespassing. So I went outside, and I looked in the window, and I watched as the kombucha representative, the store employee, Stacy, and the security guard laughed and joked with one another, and they had such a great time, and they were smiling, and they were so happy, and this went on for like 20 minutes. It's really sickening. I had another situation like that happen with a medical clinic. A behavioral health therapist, a woman named Ellie Rago, was giving all these indications that she was interested, and asked her if she wanted to go get some pizza, and next thing I know, I'm told I'm not welcome at the medical clinic anymore. The medical director, Brian Little, tells me I have to leave. They told me I was sexually harassing the staff. So I'm pretty fucking disgusted with the women around here. And it's not just around here. There's some of them that I email. I ask them questions about how can, I relate to a woman better. And they don't reply back, so they're really not interested in helping me or helping themselves. So they all make me want to fucking vomit.